welcome back to another episode of Pokemon Showdown. Today we're going to be showing off two OU battles, and today I'm joined with... So let's take a look at the team preview. So my team consists of an Eviolite Chansey with Seismic Toss and just the normal recovery moves, a Dragon Dance Dragonite with Fire Punch to deal with Steel types and Earthquake, and obviously Dragon Claw. And we have a very interesting set. We have a especially defensive Talonflame. Most people run the offensive set. I do most of the time run the offensive set, but I decided to try this especially defensive Talonflame. And we have the Mega Scissor with just the two Steel moves priority and X Scissor and Swords Dance. We have a defensive Hippowdon and a Belly Drum Azumarill. Our opponent has a Conkeldurr, which I'm guessing is going to be an Assault Vest set. Dusclops, which I'm pretty sure was just going to be a stall set, and Polion, which I was actually pretty surprised by. I also realized looking in that this guy has an UU team, but accidentally went into the OU room. So it's going to be UU versus OU, or maybe he was doing that on purpose, I'm not sure. We have Flygon, which I'm guessing is going to either be Scarfed or Banded. Jolteon, which is just going to probably be Specs or something like that. And Umbreon, which is just going to be Stall, probably. I don't know, maybe you could be running some different stats, like I'm running a Choice Banded, not Choice Banded, a especially defensive Talonflame. Anyway, let's get right into the battle. Now I'm going to lead off with Hippowdon. My opponent's going to lead off with Empoleon. So Empoleon can hit me very hard with Skull. I have a good counter on Empoleon, which is Chansey, because it's obviously specially defensive and extremely bulky. Flash Can does 15%, and he decides to use for agility. He actually sets up agility, so it's one of those agility Empoleon sets. He brings out Conkeldurr, which I knew was coming because it's a fighting type and it can deal a ton of damage against my Chansey. But luckily I have a pretty good counter, which is Talonflame predicting the fighting type move. But he ends up Thunder Punching it, and I die from Sandstorm next turn, which is my own Pokemon setup, which is actually pretty funny. So I know
It also pretty much confirms that this Conkeldurr is Assault Vest.
Yeah. And I actually go for the and I'm actually very surprised I lived the Thunder Punch earlier. I go for Dragon Dance just so I can take out a few Pokemon, and I end up not killing them. He goes for Toxic instead just to take out my 1 AP. If I didn't have Life Orb, I might have been able to actually put in a lot more work, but I actually did have Life Orb. I knew he was going to switch out, so I went for Belly Drum, so now he can wreck stuff with this Azumarill. You don't want to mess with +4 Azumarill, but unfortunately Aqua Jet doesn't do very much damage, and he hits me with the Will-O-Wisp. So I decided to go for Waterfall to deal a ton of damage against him. And he Destiny Bonds. I don't want to die from the Destiny Bond, so I go for Belly Drum to make sure I can stall at the Destiny Bond, but he ends up going for Pain Split. Luckily, it brought him to a health where I can go for Waterfall and take him out. I have one more turn to deal a ton of damage against something, but he ends up bringing out Umbreon and going for Protect as I play rough to deal a ton of damage against it. Take it out because it is Dark type after all. Now I bring out Scissor, and I know he's going to switch out this turn because he doesn't want to take a Bug type move, so I end up Bullet Punching. I know I can live a Thunderbolt from the Jolteon, so I end up Swords Dancing so I can take it out with Bullet Punch next turn.
This is where the insanity begins.
Now he brings out Flygon. I go for Bullet Punch and kill it in one hit. Man, Mega Scissor's a monster. And Polion comes out, and it's going to get 2 KO'd by X Scissor, and he gets fully paralyzed. I thought I would kill him next turn, but he forfeits. Probably, he wouldn't have won no matter what. I'm actually decently high on the ladder. I'm at 1,091. My actual score, I believe, is 1,117. Anyway, let's get straight to the battle. I'm sorry I'm on the wrong side. No, he leads off with Slowbro as I lead off with Scizor, and Mega Scizor is just gonna actually surprises me with a Fire Blast Slowbro, which I actually didn't see coming. I bring out Talonflame because I'm specially defensive and I can take a few hits from that thing. Here's an Essence Roll. I don't want to take a Rock type move, even with the burn on him. I still don't want to take it. So I bring out Hippowdon because it's my physical wall. And he goes for a Poison Jab that does 6 damage, and that Leftovers recovery instantly recovers all of that. So he knows he can't do much to me, so he goes up to Slowbro as I just set up rocks to be able to do some entry hazard damage. And he bring out Chansey so I can take on the Slowbro one-on-one. And I want to go for Heal Bell this turn to get rid of the paralysis. But I end up getting fully paralyzed with it. But I think he brings out the Azumarill, which I realize I do not want this Azumarill setting up Belly Drum and sweeping my team. So I need to go for Seismic Toss to get some damage off on this thing so I can Revenge Kill with my Gale Wings Talonflame. Because, I mean, yeah, even though I am specially defensive, I still carry Gale Wings. Because who would want Flame Body on a Talonflame? Nobody. Anyway, he brings out Escadrilles, I just go for the Brave Bird. And a few stuff happens, and I don't want to take a rock type move again. I know I can take it, but I don't want to. But and it brings out Hippowdon as and he tries to kill me, but he can't at all, and I whirlwind him out. And in comes the Breloom. I don't want to take a grass type move from the thing, so I decide to follow my chance because it's really slow. I don't think I'm going to be able to softball on any one of his Pokemon. Even a special Pokemon can probably take me out. I'll bring out Talonflame. I'll just decide to go for the Brave Bird to do a ton of damage to something, and I end up taking out the Escadrille. Now the Slowbro comes out. I know I can live a Scald from this thing and bring a Will-O-Wisp.
This is actually a really good part. I saw this happening. This is really cool.
And then I go for the Roost to get some health back, and he goes for Scald. I realize that I can't Roost stall because he's doing more damage than I'm recovering with Roost. So I'm forced to switch out, and I bring out a Azumarill, and he goes for the Scald. I know I can take a couple of hits from this thing, so I decide to go to the Belly Drums, so I can get my Citrus Berry recovery, as well as get to maximum attack possible. And now he brings out his own Azumarill, I go for Play Rough to take it out. I thought I went for Aqua Jet there. Whatever. Now, I don't think I can. I don't think from this range I can take him out with Aqua Jet. So I decided to go for Play Rough. But he ends up being faster than me, which I was really confused by, and I ended up missing the Play Rough after that turn. I don't know why he continuously goes for Thunder Wave. Either he's locked into it, which I don't think he would be locked into it with a choice item. Because why would you carry Thunder Wave if you have a choice item on you? That's very interesting. I goes for Aqua Jet to do a ton of damage to this Latios, and I bring out Talonflame because I know I can take out the rest of his team with Brave Bird because his Brave Bird is 4 times weak to it. As Gardevoir has very poor defenses.
Let the sweeping begin.
But unfortunately, I can't sweep because recoil damage will kill me after he Mach Punches me.
Wah, 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 wah.
But I know after Gardevoir comes in, it will trace my multi-scale, which doesn't really matter because Stealth Rock got rid of that anyway.
At this point, this guy's...
And Dragonite just dies to the Earthquake.
Well, thank you guys for watching this Pokemon Showdown video. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe for more Pokemon Showdown videos with me. Until next time, goodbye, guys!